Oh boy, I love canned D's, Dookie said, standing up and interrupting Steve's story. Stop right there. Yes? Gertrude smirked, turning around. Oh, nothing. I was just telling this kind backpack to stop telling the story for a second, so I could help Chef Jeff serve out some canned D's. Come on, Pooh, let's go help Jeff feed those prisoners some canned D's. Okay, sounds good, Pooh said, getting up. Hey, would you guys mind holding this while I go help Jeff and Dookie? Supreme Darls gave it to me while I was by him during the case earlier. Forgot what he wanted done with it, though. Our heroes watched in amazement, aside from Steve, as Pooh walked over to Pancake and put the Easter egg in her hand. Here you go. See you guys later. Yeah. Pancake looked to Gertrude. Yeah, definitely, Pooh. Have fun, Gertrude exclaimed. Thanks. You too. Bye. Dookie and Pooh jogged off to Chef Jeff, while our heroes stood amazed, silent. So, what just happened? Steve finally zipped. Not enough time to explain. We need to go before they figure out we were the captives, Pastry commanded. Let's save the one great ape, builder and architect of Candy City. Oh, great ape, I owe you my life. You owe me nothing, for I've done nothing worthy of note or even a note, Calvin huffed. Though more noteworthy and peculiar is your saving me and being a candy person, but acknowledging that I exist and am an ape. Now let's be free of this wretched place. I refuse to believe that you don't deserve my gratitude. But we don't have time for this. From down in the dungeon, Dookie yelled, Pooh, you gave them the egg? They were the captives! You didn't know either, Pooh responded. We were taken captive by the enticing promise of canned D's. You fools, stop standing there and go get them, the chef said. Now would probably be a good time to run, Steve zipped. Now is not the time for jokes, Commander Apparent, Pancake sassed and worried. I prefer Captain. That said, our heroes and Pastry let the ape free and began racing through the dungeons of Candy City, the guards, Dookie and Pooh, on their tails. So how far do we have to go? Pancake huffed as they ran. Probably 40 Clark stomachs, Steve zipped. Steve, shut up, Pancake whined. Well, he isn't wrong, actually. That's a fair estimate, Pastry laughed. We're going to have a couple quick left turns here soon, then we should find the emergency exit. Fair warning, there are usually guards, usually smarter ones at that. No problem, Gertrude grinned, patting his trusty sword. After a couple quick left turns, and before our heroes could say another word, they'd made it to the guards. Speak of the dickens, Gertrude huffed. Well, who would have thought, Carl? One of the guards said, turning to the other. The sloth-goat dungiest guards in Candy City let our prisoners free. Dookie and Pooh haven't done it again. Carl smiled, reaching for his own candy sword. Look, we need not have any trouble. Just go back to the dungeon and all will be well. If you think you can take me down with that flimsy sword, you're as foolish as Ryan here's cousin's brother named Glenn. This candy sword is a candy alloy of jawbreakers and steel that's harder than any metal known to man, candy people, Clarks, ropiers, lisps, bunnies, or any other creature for that matter. Yeah. What? He said. Pooh wheezed through deep breaths, him, Dookie, and Chef Jeff coming up behind our heroes. What are you going to do now? You're completely surrounded. With that, a warfare of small, perhaps unnecessary, and dungeon-filled proportions began. Honey sticky to everyone and everything, while Chef Jeff, Pooh, and Dookie insisted upon chucking cans of canned D's at our heroes. And Steve sang a song reminiscent of the tunes whistled by Luciano before becoming a cocoon. And Gertrude battled heroic and fine, clashing blades with Carl. Calvin, Pastry, Pancake, you guys take care of the chef and the canned D's, Gertrude commanded. I'll take care of these two. Guess, perhaps, if I get hit by one more can of canned D's, I fear I may go into an ape's rage, Calvin huffed, his brow furrowing. Ha! Apes don't exist, much less their legendary rage. Mere myths, Dookie laughed, throwing another can of canned D's at Calvin. Calvin's eyes flared red, and the one great ape went apish. Meanwhile, Gertrude battled Carl and his fellow guard. "Does your backpack ever shut up?" Carl exclaimed. "Not in battle, I'm afraid." "Do you ever train?" Gertrude smiled, combing a sticky hand through his hair. "'Cause I think you need to." "Wow, that wasn't very nice," the fellow guard bellowed, charging Gertrude. The boy simply dodged, the guard ran past, and one of Calvin's burly fists hit the guard fast. "Easy enough. You're a cocky, cool guy, huh?" Carl smirked and swung his blade. Gertrude and Carl's blades met, and Carl continued through clenched teeth. "Well, me too. I'm super cocky and cool." Gertrude put two hands to his hilt, overpowering Carl. Left and right, the boy and guard parried and sparred, sparing no energy or breath. With every step, each looked for the opportunity to bring the battle to its death. "I don't wish to harm you," Gertrude said. "Just let us through." "Nor do I wish to kill you. Supreme Daros would be most unhappy with me." "Then perhaps we can strike a deal. A truce." "My hubris won't allow it." "Mine either," Gertrude nodded and smiled. "It appears your sword is the perfect match for my magical one, but not your skills for mine." "You're talented for your age. Who trained you?" "My dad, when I was younger," said Gertrude. "He didn't train you well enough." Carl smiled, managing to thrust Gertrude's sword out of the boy's hand and kick him to the honey-soaked ground. "Too easy. To be expected from a boy that's only fought Westerfishes. They're the next stage in the de-evolutionary chain. That said, their smarts are lacking, just as yours." With a roarful rage, Calvin charged and pummeled Carl, throwing the candy guard against the wall and breaking through the exit's door. Outside the dungeon, Calvin's roars echoed and boasted their proud anger, while Gertrude the boy sat in honey with shame. Steve the backpack's song had an end to which it came, and Pancake the girl gawked at the one great ape, loud, unruly, untamed.